Happy New Year's everyone, and welcome back to a new episode. I'm excited to share my insights on the iPhone 14 Pro Max since my last phone was the iPhone 8 Plus. iPhones are well regarded for taking some amazing photos and videos, so I'll be showing a lot of these results and reviewing it from a content creator's perspective. If you're liking my videos, like and subscribe. It'll help me make more videos faster and produce content that you'll enjoy. I got the Space Gray Pro Max, which is 6.7 inches and comes with 125GB of storage. I don't keep much phones on my phone, so this was enough for me. But if that's not enough for you, Apple offers models with 256 and 512GB of storage and 1TB of storage. On the back, we have the iconic camera cluster. There's a telephoto lens, which is great for capturing exciting moments from a distance, the ultra-wide lens for landscape, and the stand lens for quick snaps of nearby objects of interest. Apple claims that the battery life is up to 29 hours of video playback. Since the A16 Bionic custom chip is so efficient, I was able to get more hours out of it. Plus, I don't use the always on-screen display, so that helped too. Something I'd recommend is keeping the low battery mode on to further stretch the battery up to 40 hours. The Pro Max comes with a USB-C to Lightning cable, but does not include a power adapter. Just holding the phone itself feels amazing, and it has the solid premium heft to it due to the stainless steel antenna band wrapping around the whole device and large battery. On the right hand side is the power button. On the left hand side is the ring, silent switch, volume buttons, and SIM tray. Something to note, if you're buying this phone in the States, the phone will be using eSIM, so a SIM tray won't be there, just an engraving of the tray. On the bottom is the microphone and speaker holes, as well as the lightning port for charging and/or transferring data to your device. The Pro Max comes with the always-on display and is built on ProMotion technology with adaptive refresh rates up to 120Hz. I found watching videos on it didn't strain the eyes because of these features, in addition to Apple's True Tone multi-channel sensors. The display has a typical range of 1000 nits max brightness, but can scale to 2000 nits peak brightness when you're using the phone outdoors. The famous notch is replaced with a punch hole and pill design, also known as dynamic island. This not only accommodates the camera hardware, but also serves as a shape-changing hub for key iPhone alerts and can even display music and video playback controls. When you play music, the album cover will show up in the island, and when you tap it, the playback controls will appear. If you have AirPods, Dynamic Island will also show that they're detected and now connected to the Pro Max. For people who think this is a gimmick, I'll add a link of apps that creatively make use of this hardware feature. The Pro Max has a powerful quad-pixel sensor that captures 4 times more information than ever before. Apple's photonic engine improves the iPhone's image processing stack to enhance the photos taken in mid to low lighting conditions. This means it will help the iPhone deliver better color fidelity, more detail, and higher brightness in photos. To get the most out of filming on my phone, I decided to use the Moment app since it received a lot of positive reviews from filmmakers. Normally, the iPhone's photonic engine will automatically work its magic to give its users the best looking videos and photos possible, but I want to have control over things like exposure, aperture, and use log color profile for color grading. For the most part, I'll be filming with my DJI Ronin SC gimbal, but there'll be some scenes where I'm not. Right out of the camera, you can see how detailed, crisp, and in focus the scene is. The whole time I noticed the camera system never struggled to find focus on people skating, while also keeping the background buildings and text sharp. Even though these scenes were filmed in color log profile, the amount of details the camera sensors picked up is amazing. When it comes to image stabilization, the Pro Max is in a league of its own. Filming with it means that even though your hands are unsteady, for the most part you get focused content. In this case of filming these buildings with the ultra-wide angle lens, I didn't need to do any post-processing image stabilizing. According to the spec sheet, image stabilization is only on the main and telephoto lens. Nevertheless, the ultra-wide footage results is stunning, and I'm excited to see Apple bring image stabilization to the ultra-wide one day. Here's more ultra-wide footage where I'm panning with the movement of the streetcar, this time without a gimbal. Switching to the main lens gives footage with more details because of the second generation 7-element lens and 100% focus pixels. This means that even when I magnify parts of the footage, detail loss is minimal for the most part. Of course, such details means that you will have large media files that will fill up your storage fast, but the results are worth it. So what about the microphone and audio playback? Here are some unedited samples. In the next clip, I'm standing a couple meters away from the reporter, but the Pro Max is able to detect and isolate her voice despite the loud Zamboni cleaning the ice in the background.
Did I say that right? Beautiful. So I want you to tell me today, why did you decide to come out today and see it?
Slo-mo video is supported at 1080p at 120 and 240 frames per second, and it's something I think more people should experiment with because of the creative possibilities. For example, when I was filming at the ice rink, there was a professional ice skater whose movements were so fluid and would look good in slow motion. However, my hands were too frozen and gimbal malfunctioning in the cold to capture that moment. When it comes to filming in the night, the optical sensors really produce some awesome raw footage with virtually no noise, rain, or other noticeable artifacts. This night scene is at the entrance of a park, yet your eyes can still make out the objects cloaked in the fog for the most part. Autofocus and exposure for these nighttime footage scenes gives you an idea of how far Apple has come in developing their A16 Bionic chip and camera sensors. Cinematic mode allows you to set the aperture and exposure if you're not interested in buying the Moment app. This mode ends up creating a bokeh effect on subjects, giving it that cinematic look. I noticed that this mode works best on people and not so much large moving objects like this streetcar. When there is movement, the face and object detection feature jumps around because it's trying to calculate where to place the bokeh effect. For example, you can see the focus jump from the Zamboni driver to the skating rink attendant, even though I want to remain focused on the driver. You can see the bokeh shifting here with the husband taking photos of his wife. So it'd be nice if Apple allowed you to draw a box around the subject of interest so you can lock that bokeh effect to it. Apple's Pro RAW combines the information of a standard RAW format along with iPhone's image processing, which gives you more flexibility when editing the exposure, color, and white balance in your photo. By default, the cameras are filming in 12 megapixels, but with Pro RAW you can now take photos and videos at 48 megapixels. But be aware, Pro RAW files are 10 to 12 times larger than your normal JPEG files. This means your phone storage will fill up faster than you'd expect, especially if you're someone who creates a lot of content. The photos are simply stunning, and Apple engineers have really outdone themselves. When taking photos of people, the adaptive True Tone feature does an amazing job capturing and correcting skin tones, regardless of you using the front-facing camera or back. Portrait mode with advanced bokeh and depth control gives you incredible DSLR quality photos too. The Deep Fusion feature uses the iPhone's processor and neural engine for its machine learning prowess. It looks through these shots and selects the best combination and composites them for the sake of sharpness. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is a powerhouse of a device, and my review reminded me of the reason why it's a market leader when it comes to smartphones. A dynamic island is a cool feature with a lot of uses like controlling music playback, displaying events, or ongoing app activity. My research has found clever ways app developers are utilizing the island, and I know there will be more based around it. The Super Retina XDR display brings video details to life, and its A16 chip allows everyone to become a professional content creator on the go. I've taken a lot of videos and photos for this review, and firmly believe that if you hung these photos in a gallery or museum, you never tell it was taken with an iPhone. That's just how good it is. Audio playback is rich in depth and tone, giving you that true Dolby sound surround experience. With a powerful microphone that can detect nearby voices while minimizing background noise, the need for an external microphone is unnecessary. It's a powerful device for creators on the go, and when you combine it with a gimbal, the creative possibilities are endless. If you found this video helpful, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.